I am a firm believer to use a grill as is with no extra accessories in order to achieve the necessary skills to become a great grill master. But if you ever struggle to control your grill temperature, you over or undercook some meat, or you just need to bring in a new style and new cooking methods into your grilling, you need to reach outside what the grill manufacturer provides and get some help with a few extra accessories. The secret to flawless grilling isn't just developing skills. It's about the tools you decide to use to develop those skills. I know there's a ton of accessories out there, and I'm going to show you 5 accessories that every beginner should purchase in 2025. These are going to completely transform the way you grill. It's going to make it easier, faster, and a lot more fun. Lists to all of these items I'm going to be discussing will be down in the description. If you want to keep your grill running at a more constant temperature and get precise heat zones, you have to start containing your charcoal into one area of your grill and keep the charcoals packed in tightly while they burn. The coals will burn more evenly and you're going to get more consistent temperatures. Now you have a lot of options here. I'm going to discuss my favorites from the most simplest to the most expensive. For the simplest solution, you need to get some fire bricks. It's going to serve as a divider in your grill to separate out your coals. Now, many backyard cooks have never had to upgrade from these fire bricks. It's simple and cheap. Others are going to invest in some charcoal baskets. The Weber baskets are great, but the S&S charcoal baskets are even better because they can hold a lot more charcoal and it has a water reservoir. But both of these baskets have the same premise. It'll keep your coals contained into one area. I cannot mention S&S grills without mentioning the S&S insert, which also holds your charcoal together, but it has a built-in water reservoir. And lastly, the Vortex. It's also another great way to keep your coals together. Now, many just think of the Vortex just to make wings, but you can cook just about anything on it. Any of these tools, if you decide to buy, it's going to allow you to maintain accurate temperatures during low and slow. But these tools aren't just for low and slow. In the case of the S&S insert and the Vortex, you're going to get some extremely hot temperatures for searing. Now, the next tool might look simple, but it's a time-saving powerhouse. It guarantees perfectly lit charcoal each and every time. Okay, honestly, Weber should just bundle their grills with their chimney. It's the easiest, pain-free way to start up your coals. You have many options here from different manufacturers. But to keep this one simple, I'm going to talk about the Weber chimney. Now, I actually have plans to create a guide on how to use a chimney, so if this interests you, be sure to hit down the subscribe button so you won't miss it. But I'm going to give you a quick rundown. You should start with the large Weber chimney. If you already have it, you should buy the smaller Weber chimney. It's nice to have options. Yes, you can fill the large chimney half full to light less charcoal, but sometimes you need a little less charcoal than that, and that's where the small chimney comes in. Then other times, you want to use a little bit more than a large chimney, and it's nice to light up both the large and the small one for some extra heat. Now, lighting the charcoal is very easy. Fill the chimney to the top. Now, a lot of people will suggest using newspaper, but the newspaper takes up storage space, and it also creates this ash that's gonna just get everywhere. Plus, who has the newspaper delivered to their house nowadays? Instead, use a starter like a cube or a tumbleweed. Now, place the lighter cube at the bottom and light. Now, no lighter cubes? No problem. In a pinch, use a paper towel drenched in oil to start up your chimney. Pro tip, if you want to light up a few charcoals for some low and slow, flip the chimney upside down and light them up that way. It's so easy, right? Next up is the grilling essential you must have for perfect doneness. No more dry chicken or over or undercooked steak. You need to get a good thermometer. Now, there are 2 types that you will need. First, you need an instant read thermometer, but I will say that the majority of chefs, home cooks, pit masters, and backyard barbecuers will use a precise instrument like an instant read thermometer to make sure their steak is at the preferred eating temperature, especially if it's an expensive piece of meat. So get yourself an instant read thermometer. Now, there are a ton of choices out there that they don't have to be expensive. Now, for an expensive option, I am a fan of the Thermoworks Pro. It's around $35 at this posting of this video. It's fairly quick to read temperatures, but if you want speed, get the ThermoPro Lightning for extremely fast temperature readings. as fast as 1 second. Now, why this fast? When you are placing your hand near the hot coals to check for the steak doneness, you really don't want your hand in there for too long. And this is why speed is important. Get your hand in there, quickly get your temperature reading, and then pull out. Okay, now that you have an instant read thermometer, be sure to pick up a leave-on thermometer. Now, these don't read the temperature as fast, but as the name suggests, you leave the temperature probes in while you cook. This way, you monitor temperatures as it's cooking. When it hits a certain temperature, it's gonna alert you. Now, some are fancier than others, like the ones that connect to your phone. You can get fancy, you can set it up so that your phone alerts you. Now, the cheapest options are those non-digital ones that have the analog temperature gauge, but the leave-on thermometers are very useful for beginners. When cooking something like chicken, you won't want to overcook the breast area. So setting your thermometer to 165 is going to allow you to remove the chicken before it dries out on you. Now, the other cool thing about these leave-on thermometers is they come equipped with pit probes. Now, this is going to allow you to more accurately measure the pit temperature in your grill. You can also set alarms that are going to alert you if your grill is getting too hot or too cool. Every pit master is going to tell you that huge temperature swings when cooking more sensitive meats like brisket, it's going to result in, well, not the best product. So, enough with the boring stuff. Let's talk about accessories that is going to make cooking fun and it's going to elevate your cooking at the same time. First up, a rotisserie. A rotisserie is perfect for leveling up your grill game. It brings a whole new dimension to how you cook. Rotisserie cooking is not only fun, but it could really quickly elevate your cooking with little to no effort. The spinning of the meat allows your meat to self-baste, which is going to result in perfectly even cooking and super juicy meat. Throw a prime rib on there, some tri-tip, a picanha, ribs, whatever you could put on there, give it a spin. If you have smaller items like vegetables, wings, or shrimps, get yourself a rotisserie basket. But if I'm cooking a lot of small items, you might need something a little bit different. You're gonna need a flat surface of some kind, like a plancha for some smash burgers, breakfast, or cooking anything that would, well, just fall through the grill grates. I recently acquired the SNS plancha, which adds a flat cooking surface across your entire kettle. Now, besides the plancha, I'm also gonna bundle in cast iron into this category. Get yourself a nice cast iron pan for some grilling action. Now, whatever flat surface you go with here, it's gonna be useful for some flat top cooking action. But honestly, if all you use it was for some smash burgers, it really wouldn't be a bad deal at all. This one accessory is really gonna open up a ton of cooking options. So be sure to experiment. I know you might be tempted to get a dedicated flat top cooker, but you might not have to. A flat surface accessory on your charcoal grill might be all you need. Heck, it's all I've been needing, right? I still haven't purchased a dedicated flat top cooker. Now, what's your go-to grilling accessory? Did I miss something that I should have included in this list? Let me know down in the comments. Now, if I was unable to convince you that you need any of these accessories and you want to keep the grilling experience as pure as possible, check out this following playlist: Weber Charcoal Cooking with no extra accessories.